everyone, Josh here with Texas, bringing y'all another first impression video, and today we have Draconia Saga. The game's open beta just launched several hours ago. We've been playing here. We already hit level cap for the day, which is level 29. We've done pretty much most of our daily stuff that we can do. I've not done my summons yet. I will do that in the next video, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. But we're going to go ahead and kind of walk through the game a little bit just to kind of get you guys and gals a little familiar with this game. And then, of course, like I always do in my first impressions, give you a rating out of 10 based on what you see in today's video of what I personally feel the game is currently. Now, since I have played it for quite a bit and I did play it in the CBT, I do have a little bit more insight into kind of how I really want to rank this game. But if you guys aren't as familiar and you're only seeing what you're seeing today in today's video, let me know in the comment section below what you would rank this game out of 10 from just what you see here in the first impressions. So, as you can see, the art style for this game is definitely a little bit, more unique, I would say, than the prototypical MMORPG, especially on mobile. Now, this game is cross-platform. It is also available on PC. I'm currently using the PC client right now. I will have the link for the main website for this game in the description below, so you guys and gals can go check it out for yourselves if you are interested in playing. But yeah, the art style is definitely a little bit different. It's not the prototypical, copy-paste that you always see. Now, there are obviously several MMOs out there that do have a similar art style to this, including one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to called the Chronos. I don't know if they're going to change the name, but when we played the CBT for that game was amazing. I do hope to see that game coming to global at some point because I'd love to play that as well. But it's kind of similar to this, and I like the look. I like the look of the character designs. They're pretty cool. They're not, too cartoony, and they're not so anime. They're like kind of an in-between. I don't really know really how to explain it. But let's go take a ride on My Little Pony. This is Rainbow Dash, by the way. First edition, out of the box. She was mint, not mint no more. So the value is definitely dropped, but I still love her. She's taken me everywhere I need to be. Now, you can see here, the quality of this game isn't going to be like super high. I mean, look, you can see how that water is tiling off. Like, you can definitely tell that's like some kind of water texture, and it's just kind of going all the way out to the distance. You can kind of see it, right? You can see the pattern just repeated. So, I mean, this isn't going to be like some crazy high-level graphics. I mean, look at this grass. Do I really need to complain about the grass? No, we're not going to do that today. I'm not going to let that happen to me again. I'm not going to let the grass get to me again. But outside of, obviously, the graphical capabilities not being like super high tier, it still looks good enough visually for a game that's coming out around this time for what its purpose is, right? It's not supposed to be taken super serious. This is more of a casual MMO. If I'm being honest, I mean, you are limited in kind of what you can do. You're playing a few hours a day, do your dailies, but it's fun. The gameplay is where it's really fun, because that's what's more important sometimes than graphics, is the gameplay. And I will always say that till the end of time. Gameplay over graphics, every day, all day, forever. Okay? But again, the graphics aren't going to be super on top tier, so if you guys are looking for like some A1 level graphics, you're not going to get that here, but you are going to get a lot of fun and enjoyment. Now, if you're wondering what I'm running around in now, this is actually the home area, the manors, where you can kind of create your own home. You can design it with some decor. You can do your fishing. You can do your planting and stuff like that. So these are actually all individual players' houses that we're walking around right now that you're seeing. These are actually other players' houses that you can go and visit and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. But let's go ahead and get out of here. Let me go right to the gameplay. All right, let's go to some gameplay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to Rome. Now, Rome is where a lot of like your content's going to be. You have your growth content, your upgrade content, your challenge content. And we're going to go to challenge right now and do some Dream Tower. Now, I've already done all my dailies for the day. And you can see right here, a lot of this content is locked behind account level. And you are only going to get a certain amount of count level per day, because you do have a global EXP, which you can see down here, total assembly EXP. That's your global EXP that you're allowed for the day. And then you're also allowed the EXP from the individual dungeons and stuff that you're also capped on per day of how many times you can do it and get rewarded for it. So again, this is more of a casual, sit back and enjoy and have some fun MMO, not to be taken super serious. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into a tower. We're going to do a floor here, see if we can't do a floor. If you're wondering what that little thing is running around by my character too, that is a Poggy. Okay? Those are kind of like your partners in crime. And you can kind of use them to your advantage in fights, because this game uses like a targeting system with the bosses. When you're fighting an enemy, they can target you or target your Poggy. if you are running a certain type of Poggy that is built to kind of sit there and tank a lot of damage, you can really utilize that to your advantage. So you can start beating on the enemy without them beating on you, and then try to break them, because when you break them, you can sit there and beat on them for, you know, several seconds, and also collect HP items that they drop when they are, after they are broken, that you can then recharge yourself and your Poggy. And I believe you can have 2 or 3 Poggies when you get to like more mid-end game, as you know, days and weeks go by. So you're going to really be able to take advantage of those and strategize some plans of action and battle, which is really nice. It's another element to the game that I love. So we're going to go ahead and do stage 6 of Towers. BR requirements 13,400. We're not quite there because we have not done none of our summons yet for our Drakites, which are basically your pets, your partners, if you will. And we'll get to that in a moment. All right, so you have your battle system here. We have it on auto right now. I have it to where auto does not use my ultimate because sometimes I like to utilize my ultimate strategically to try and do breaks. You see the break bar is yellow right there. You can do your teleportation with your dodging. As you can see, when we break the enemy, it drops some HP, and we can just continuously keep beating on it. Now, we don't want to use our HP all the time. Sometimes you want to be a little bit more strategic with it, obviously. So we just try to get as much damage in here as possible. We want to definitely avoid all of that. So we're about to break it again. Now, right here, we can just sit here and break it down. Sometimes you want to just sit there and take the beating. If you know you're close enough to breaking the enemy, and you're not in danger of actually dying, and you know you're going to be getting that HP regen back after you break it. Like, there's a lot of different strategic methods that you can take in this game. So we actually cleared that pretty easily. It wasn't even really much of a challenge. We killed Mr. Krabs. SpongeBob may or may not be happy. Squidward's probably just leaping in the air with joy right now. He's like, oh yeah. That was a terrible impression, but you know what? I don't care. So that is more or less kind of how the gameplay goes. You have your ultimates, your specials, or whatever. You also get like a secondary ultimate later on as you progress throughout the game. You could turn those on or off to be added with your auto if you want. I like to leave mine off again because of strategic reasons. Sometimes I want to use it early. Sometimes I want to save it for a certain point in time to get a break off when I need it, especially when you get the harder content. So you have all that going on. I mean, you see the UI. It's nice and clean. The character designs look really cool. There's lots of different creatures and stuff like that. These are your Drakites, by the way. We'll go in here and just show you the banner real quick. I got like 90-some pulls. I am free to play right now, so you get a good idea of kind of how many pulls you can get on day one. You're going to get like, 90 plus if you do everything and save up. So there's your good idea of how day one's going to go for you. You get a discounted multi 3 times a week. You also get a wish list as well, where you can choose, I believe, up to 2 Drakites a day. That you're going to try and pull for that meet kind of the requirements of whatever unit you're using, because some character classes are going to be physical attacks, some are going to be magical attack. So sometimes you want to get these dragons that are going to help bolster your team and bolster yourself in either one of those categories, as either a magic attack user or a physical attack user. Okay, we also have the holy summons, which have higher draw rates. I believe the rates are like, let's see here, 8.5% to get an SSR or EX. So that's really, really good. EXs are basically stronger variations of SSRs in terms of stats anyways. There's a lot of things that's going to go into the partner system in this game. We'll get into that maybe in future videos if you guys want to see more Draconia Saga content. And again, we're going to do a summon session after this in a separate video, so definitely stay tuned for that. They also have a, I believe this is Kumamon or Kuromon. I think it's Kumamon. I don't know. It's a big mascot in Japan. I'm not as familiar with him. But he is a big mascot that's pretty famous in Japan, and they are doing a collab event right now with that inside the game, which is pretty cool. Collabs are always fun. I'm never going to hate on collabs. More collabs, the better. Give me all the collabs in the world, right? So that's what's going on there. We also have a lucky roulette, which I should have showed as well, which you can win quite a bit of rewards from, and that's going to have 3 days worth of missions to complete. Maybe more after that, I'm not sure, but at least 3. We have a 7-day event going on. We already talked about the roam. There's a shop, the recharge. I mean, you guys kind of get the idea with those stuff. You have these guide missions, which you're going to complete over time, which are going to give you free holy summon tickets, which are always nice, obviously. There is no VIP system if you guys are worried about that. And honestly, they're not even that big of a deal anymore because a lot of VIP systems are actually free to play now. A lot of companies are starting to finally get smart with that. But yeah, there is none of that in this, at least not yet. you have your character creation screen. You can see all the different stats, your vitality, your strength, your RSL, your intelligence. You can see right here, every 1 point of RSL increases the following: HP, defense, and crit resistance. That's pretty solid for one stat to give you 3 stats. To kind of bolster up 3 stats. That's actually pretty powerful. So if you get any RSL and like gear and stuff, it's definitely, I would say, very good to put on units, especially when you make them more tanky. Because those are all 3 tank stats. HP, defense, crit resistance. Good stuff. Then you have your basic stats down here. You have your crit. You have your PvP stats as well, because there are additional increases that you can get for like all class resistance, all class enmity. So there is those going on. You can see down here that our growth is level 29, but we're at 145%. So you can actually exceed your leveling in this game, which will carry over for when the seal is broken, in which for us will be tomorrow. So the seal will be, well, later today rather. It'll be like past 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time when reset is for me. So when that happens, all this excess EXP will come to me, and then I'll level up. So you definitely want to make sure you are maximizing your EXP daily in this game. You can kind of see the gear system here. We have all the different gear. We have the 2 accessory, or technically, like, there's 2 accessories and then 2 of these other items, these holy grails, right? The holy grail, and then there's the 100 emblem. I just consider them all accessories. So you got 4 accessories, and then you have 5 pieces of gear. You have your inventory, you have your titles, you have your stash, you have your exchange to get more accessories and other things like materials to build up more decor in your manors and get higher to your gear, etc., etc. You have your mini map, you've got your world map. I mean, your prototypical stuff right here, and this will tell you what events are currently upcoming. Like we have Candy Party coming up soon, we have Brigade Party coming up soon. You have your functions, you have your wardrobe, your notes, which is kind of like your gallery for all the different things in the game. You can see all the different units, all the different monsters, the Drakites, the Manor materials, fishing, all the different fish, all that good stuff and more. You have your brigade, which is your guild. Let's see here. You have your Manor, which we already talked about. The rankings, see all the rankings in the game. Dragon Hunter. This is where we're going to go to do your promotion missions and then go and promote. Right now, we are a silver dragon hunter trying to become a gold 1 dragon hunter. And that comes with its own advantages. We'll talk about that in future videos. You got your mounts, your workshop for your gear upgrades. You know, you smelt. You can do a smelt real quick. Why not? We picked up a weapon. Let's do it again. Got some boots. Do another one. Why not? Okay, got some more boots. And then you do your different various upgrading. Okay, and then the materials to do that. You got your upgrades, like your enhancements and your awakening or limit breaks, whatever you want to call them. We have all that going on here in the workshop for your gear. We'll talk more about gear in its own video as well, because gear actually is pretty decent in this game, especially with how you can transfer stats around, which, you know, you can go in here and just transfer. See if I can do one for you real quick. Yes, I can. So Magic Attack 41, we're going to send that over here and replace the Magic Attack 36. Boom, get an increase, no problem. I mean, it's a beautiful system. I actually love the gear system in this game so much. I actually hope a lot of games would use a gear system similar to this game's, because it's really, really good. I like it. What else could I really talk about really quickly here? I mean, you have your BR, which is basically your CP in the game. We have our Poggies up here. This is, again, your little guys that run around with you. And it's not always just looking like animals. There's also actual characters as well. If you go to growth, you can see all the available ones here. And these, you want to definitely make sure that you're using the right ones for this as well, because some of these are like magical attack, and some of these are physical attack. And you kind of want to build them somewhat around the class of your character to kind of work hand in hand so they work well together. Because right here, like class passive PAT attack bonus, heroic passive PAT K plus 3%. Like, that's not going to help you if you're a magic attack user. So you definitely want to kind of keep an eye on that, right? You have your auto. You can turn it on and off. You go out and fight some enemies if you like in the wild. There's questing. I mean, it automatically walks to the next quest location. You can do party ups. You can do dungeon runs with your friends or people online. You know, whatever you want to do. It has all that good stuff and more that you're going to get in your traditional MMO experience. So, I mean, that in a nutshell is pretty much the TLDR version, I guess you could say, of Draconia Saga. But I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying the game quite a bit. I enjoyed it in CBT. I'm enjoying it now. If you guys want to see more Draconia Saga content, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up. You know, share the video. Get us some views here. It really helps out the channel. and it keeps us kind of inspired to keep making more content. So definitely stay tuned for more, guys. If you guys want to see more, again, let me know in the comment section below what you think out of 10. My personal grade for this game is probably a 7 out of 10. I'd like to go up to like a 7.5 or an 8, but obviously the visuals are not like top tier. The sound and animations are pretty okay. The character designs, the variety that we have and stuff like that is really good. The character classes are pretty good, especially when we get the other 3 character classes. Whenever they add those that I've seen, those look really cool, especially the double dragon. Just a little spoiler alert right there. Double dragon looks pretty legit. I know Gurky was excited to try that class out. We were hoping that it was going to be a part of the open beta, but it wasn't. So we'll have to see when those actually drop. But those are going to really up the ranking for this. But again, it's more of a laid-back, casual MMO experience. It's not meant to be taken serious. It's supposed to be there to be fun and enjoyable. Have some fun for a few hours with your friends or your community members, or just random people online that you don't even know. So, I mean, it's a fun MMO experience that's kind of mixed in with a gacha. It's kind of half and half, honestly, if you ask me. It's a gacha game and an MMO, and they kind of go hand in hand, and they work pretty well together. But again, I'm having a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will as well. But that's going to be it for me. That's my first impressions. 7 out of 10. Let me know what your scores are in the comment section below. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, take notifications, join us in the Discord description below, and of course, follow us on Twitter or X at XSmedia. Until next time, peace.